Welcome to Friday Night Lights on Fox 12 Oregon, presented by Pacific Office Automation.
Well, believe it or not, it is true. We are already through the first half of the high school football season. In fact, this is the final month of the regular season. Welcome into the continuation of Week 6 with Fox 12's Friday Night Lights. We're live south of Oswego Lake with Fox 12's Craig Bernbach at Lake Ridge High. Craig, the Three Rivers League earns top billing, deservedly so. #1 Westland at the unbeaten Pacers, a school that last defeated the Lions back in 2013. You were on another channel back then.
I was, that's true. Well, Nick, Lake Ridge knew if they were going to end that losing streak tonight, they were going to have to try to slow down Westland's high-powered offense. Well, you know what? Their defense played really well. Problem was, Westland's defense played even better. Westland and Lake Ridge's offenses have both been awesome so far this season, but tonight it was the defenses who would dominate the day. After a scoreless first quarter, the Lions offense finally starts to roar as Baird Gilroy is going deep to Danny Weidman. That's a perfect pitch and catch, and it's 1st and goal. From there, Baird and Weidman are going to finish what they start, as Weidman's going to slide right into your living room for the only score of the half. Second half, 7-0 still when Gilroy says, not anymore. He unleashes a laser to Baron Naoni, and it was 13-0 Westland. And those 13 points, they'd be plenty, as the Lions defense was near perfect. Here it's 4th and goal for the Pacers when Shane Peters says, friend request denied. What a pick, and what a day for the Lions defense. They pitched the shutout. 13-0 is your final. That was not an easy one, huh?
No, not at all. It was close to the very end.
Talk about your defense tonight.
We were amazing. I mean, no points. We gave them yards, but yards don't beat you points too.
Talk about that interception.
He came up, blocked me, and just saw him go out and just right place, right time. We're right there for the interception.
Nick, just how good was Westland's defense tonight? Well, coming into tonight's action, the least amount of points that Lake Ridge had scored all season was 27. So not an easy team to shut out. Speaking of not easy, next week, Westland hosts undefeated Lake Oswego. Live from Lake Ridge High School, Craig Bernbach, Friday Night Lights.
Well, let's watch these highlights here from the Metro League together. I haven't seen them quite yet. Sunset hooking up the Chariots over to Westview. New turf, new lights, same rivalry since 1994, both 1-4 on the year. Apollo's up 14-0 second half. Cats down, and their backup quarterback, Charlie Barton. After Hank Whitworth tore his ACL, our best in recovery, backup or not, got an arm. Great place ball, Dylan Velasco. Cats on the board, it's 21-7. The Apollos, undaunted though, Marcus Hames slings one to Calvin Ems, shakes a tackle in the purple pants, gets in, it's 28-7. But the Wildcats keep scratching, marching down the field, pitch one to Heath Thompson, thundering down the field, another Wildcat touchdown. It's 28-14, mom on the sidelines taking pictures. We don't often see an onside kick. When they do, they work their cool. Yeah, Westview's back in the ball. And who else but Heath Thompson taking it to the house one more time. You get off me. It's a one-score game in Rock Creek. Come on now. A defensive stop puts the Wildcats back in charge. Barton again. Big deep throw. Austin Vogt lays out for it. The toe drag catch too. Puts the Wildcats into scoring position, and wouldn't you know it, Heath Thompson runs it in, 2-point conversion, ties the game at 28, goes to overtime, flash the lights, in OT, Dan Weaver's guys get it done, Thompson scored, and the defense held, 35-28, Westview remains in their lair with Beaverton. Sunset back home for next week with Southridge. Wow! Hey, 102 years is a long time. The 7-mile war has been contested for a century between St. Helens and Scappoose down the Columbia River Highway. The Highway 30 rivals even have a 4-foot-tall wood-carved Chinook salmon to hook for the victor from 1922 to 2024. My goodness, right? Top and bottom of the 4A Coapa League, a packed house at Doc Ackerson Stadium. Indians, always a well-run organization. Max Nowlin, opening drive toss to Drew Butler. The Butler did it, in for the score. Sean McNabb, Joe Nowlin have their boys playing lights-out defense from Wick City. Mason Campbell, soup that eats like a meal, keep the Lions in the can. Scappoose scored 3 touchdowns before allowing a first down. Nowlin, Elijah, Greenan, Biggs, a 40-yard reception. Their third drive, third scorer. Nowlin, maximum bullet. Jaden Smith off his shoelaces for another touchdown. The Big Chinook heads back to Scappoose, 46-0 the final. Next week, the Indians head to the coast with the Tillamook Cheesemakers, while St. Helens buses to Milwaukee. Now we see this one, F&L in the 3A Greater St. Helens League. Schroeder, Field, and Kelso. Prairie alive and well, winning 3 of their last 4. The homestanding Highlanders dropped a tight one to Evergreen a week ago. Falcons soaring, they're scoring. You heard this, you see it now. Devin Vigue, their junior quarterback, full command. Preston Hill goes down that hill, 10-yard touchdown. Kelso, quick reply. Tucker Ambrine, blessed to be playing football still. Tucker can tuck that as he wants to, 30 yards just shy of the end zone. From there, Aiden Mintoni, the payday Friday for the blue and gold. The senior backer, 1 of 7 scores on the night. This day, long from done. Preston Hill again. The senior logs and jogs, 24. Prairie back up, 13-7. Second quarter, another shorty, Mintoni, but it made it 14-13. Falcons, this time they do fly. It's Tommy Vick, a little Vapo rub from 36. Highlanders, though, they do win, 49-35. Week 7, we'll see Prairie back at District Stadium with Evergreen, while Kelso plays host to Heritage. And we're live in Mount Angel with Fox 12's Paulina Aguilar, one of the top 3A games of the season. Paulina, unbeaten Banks, has state title hopes, as do the Kennedy Trojans, who are playing up from the 2A level this year.
That's right, but it's the Trojans that took a very, very tough loss tonight. It even got a little bit spicy between the fans with some words exchanged. The refs even threw out an unsportsmanlike penalty, but thankfully that's as far as it got. And of course, it was the Braves who get to keep their undefeated season. Kennedy now in 3A, welcoming the undefeated Banks. First quarter and the Braves aren't missing a beat. It's a punt for the Trojans and retrieved by Jarrett Martin, and he's in it for the long run, literally. No one around him for a 58-yard touchdown return, making it a 7-0 in the first. To the second we go, the Trojans trying to gain yardage, but can't quite get it past that line. So they try for a field goal, but the Braves have other plans, and it is blocked. Still in the second, and it's Martin who gets on his wheels once again. He veers left, dodges 2 Trojans. This time he goes for a 70-yard touchdown. Still in the first half, Trojans punt from their own 16, but it's blocked once again, and the Braves recover at the 7. And it's Gilbert who runs it in himself for another 6. 40-7 is your final. You guys are now undefeated, week 5. What is it going to take for this team to stay that way for the rest of the season?
Probably just keep up our energy. We work hard in practice every day. And yeah, we just got to keep it like a family, keep going.
Thank you. Congrats. Banks will look to keep that record clean, this time on their home turf next week against Yamhill Carleton. From Mount Angel, Paulina Aguilar, Friday Night Lights.
Back to Three Rivers League, unbeaten Lake Oswego, the first of 2 straight on the road in the gangrene cage of those Tigers. Running clock, heavy favor of LO, and we arrived in the start of the third quarter. Tigers kept chasing, though, stacking nice runs, knocking over. That's Owen Wright, never wrong, smokes through the hole. It's 35-7. Second play of the fourth quarter. Eris DeMick, the sophomore quarterback with confidence for days. Great uni combo tonight, 2. Skies it for Ryan Fry. He is the guy, the junior tight end. Guess what? We got a ball game. Nothing to lose. So why not try that onside kick? Saw it at Westview. Works here too. Todd Chris calls it. His kids convert it. Tigered. Still in it. Steve Corey took his starters out of it, put them back in it. LaMarcus Bell, 1 of 1. One of the best tailbacks in the state, can also play defense. You don't throw that way. Let it be. Ring up another win for LO, 48, 35-15. It'll be massive next Friday. Lakers at the Lions. Tigers off to Oregon City. The Pioneers in for a TRL rivalry night at Tualatin. 4-1 Timberwolves licking their wounds from a first loss a week ago at LO. Looking to salt the Pios in their pilgrimage there. Homecoming was a bash in the Wolf Den. Ryvon Reese notching his weekly rushing score on this show. This from 40 yards away, bringing everybody in with him. It's 8-0 after the first quarter. Second quarter, how about the BYU commit? Nolan Keeney, little screen on the unfurl to the tight end. Cole Newton bullying your way in for 6. 15-0 at half, 38-6 in the end. Week 7, we'll see OC home with Tiger. Tualatin heads to to Lake Ridge. Friday Night Lights from Hillsborough Stadium. The home turf for the defending 6A champs from Central Catholic. The Rams haven't dropped the Mount Hood Conference games in 2018. Nelson Hawks from Happy Valley, forever growing, getting closer. They took the first flight. Corbin Crossland. It's 6-0 Nelson after the first. Second quarter, Rams get tough. James Wade, a bobbling, juggling interception. Are you kidding me? You couldn't do that if you tried to. That takeaway turned into points. Tyson Davis, nearly unstoppable on the goal line. They're out in front 7-6, but the Hawks, unfazed, a deep fly, Avery Durdal, a diving catch, Chaz Katoanga, 23 yards. Nelson's up 5, but they weren't allowed in after that. Rams scored 30 unanswered. They win 37-12. Nelson next soars to Gresham for hosting Barlow and Clack. CCHS goes to Sandy. 8 featured games tonight, 8 featured games last night. ICYMI will whip around the best of Thursday Night Lights caught by Fox 12 cameras. One of the longest running rivalries around, McMinnville and Newberg, dates back to at least 1912. Ethan Hine, very divine, a first quarter run over the middle, through the woods, to the Tigers' den he goes. Speed it up one time, 73 yards. That wasn't even the highlight of the night for Hine. This one had to be a toe-tapping catch of the week along the sideline to maintain possession in the 3-point game to run that clock. Ring the bell. Pacific Conference thriller of the night. Newberg 24, McMinnville 21.
We were rolling in from a Sunset win and a Century win, and we had great momentum rolling into MAC, and we just, kept it rolling in practice. We were confident all week, and it was great.
Yeah, McMinnville still holds the all-time series advantage, 50-48. Some ties and forfeits mixed in. The lights always on at Sprague High in South Salem. The Olympians remain as one of the last 6A unbeatens, hosting South Medford. Ducati Witherspoon, we've seen him sling it. He can serve it too. The senior quarterback, get out of the way! He's in. They need a comeback, though, to win. Sprague does, 28-24, 9 to go. Fox 12 along the Barlow Trail. Barlow Bruins, Clackamas Cavaliers, a Mount Hood Conference clash rivalry for quite some time. Early going, they get big going for Clack. The attack on the punt return, Justin Larson, the junior, can go. Deuces, see ya, man. 65 yards. Cavs win it, 21-13. They'll now go to David Douglas. Barlow awaits Reynolds. Speaking of, TNL in Troutdale, Mount Hood Community College. Home turf, real grass for those Reynolds Raiders. David Douglas invading, but all Raiders doing the raiding. Casey Burns singed the lawn. 62-7 the final. Scott's next home with Clack, while the Raiders will be at Sam Barlow. More TNL in the MHC. Gresham Gophers at the Sandy Pioneers. Sandy started out with a bang, and they never quit. Micaiah Turin, end zone shot. Grayson Fitch, sophomore to sophomore. Piles roll, 61-21. Sandy remains home now with Central Catholic. Gresham goes to the hole with Nelson. Thursday Night Lights in the City of Roses. Grant in its home away from home at Marshall Campus. The reigning PIL champs of Ida B. Wells, Spencer Reed, Cam Hammer, nailed it. Guardians, aerial attack can fly. 44-21 Wells. They return to Hillsdale now against Lincoln. Homecoming in Southeast from Cleveland High. Warriors and Franklin Lightning. Boy, Franklin's got King Solomon Hamilton, their backup quarterback. He's a linebacker and a running back. You can crown him here. 47-yard first play of the day. Lightning strike to Cash Landau. One rainbow on one side, this to the other. King and Cash again. Franklin gets his first win, 47-28. Thursday Night Lights in Independence, 5A Mid-Willamette, Central, Kings, Valley Charter, and Silverton. Both were 4-1. Only one is 5-1. That's the Foxes. They just kept on rolling. My goodness, the blocking, the running, the getting rid of it and going and scoring. 48-6 Silverton. The big one now next week in the Foxhole. Silverton hosts the defending 5A champs out of Wilsonville. We will be there.